Hey guys, I'm back at it today. It's a sunny day. I just finished cutting second cut, so I got that done. Just working along, but I got the 65 going here, so it's kind of nice, and I'll show you guys why I have it and why I keep it around. So the 65 is going now. I got it out of the pile of rubble, and as you can see, it's been well worn. But one thing this thing does very well, which I've always liked, is it works very well with the snowblower. With the two-wheel drive, it becomes very maneuverable. That's one thing I need to fix on here, is there's no muffler currently. So it's kind of like driving a derby car. But it doesn't matter as long as it works. I throw chains on this thing, so it's a lot better in the winter with the chains. If you didn't have chains, you'd be in deep trouble. This snowblower here is very heavy built for what it is. It's only 6 feet, but it's built very heavy. The story I got told was it came out of Quebec. They were basically tearing apart old cars and putting the rear end of cars as your snowblower gearing and stuff. So I've always liked it. It's treated us decently well. I can't really complain on it. Yeah, it works really well with the snow blowing. And what that does is that way I can keep the spear on the loader, and it actually makes it a lot easier for me because I can do really nice lines through the driveway so that when you hit the snow wall, the snowblower just goes right through it, where the bucket eventually you got to dump and it's a pain in the butt. So I like having this as a secondary, and then you just blow with this one, have the driveways done, is around the bales done, and you can just more or less just get bales with the other one. And you can make a driveway as wide as you want with this thing, right? It does nice even lines, nice even walls. And yeah, so that's why I do it. I really like running this. I didn't run it last year. One of the issues this farm can have, because it was kind of designed, I would say probably in the 50s or 60s, really. Well, probably earlier, who knows. But it was designed for smaller tractors or smaller equipment. So your maneuverability in here, it's a lot tighter. So you have issues with maneuverability. With this tractor, it's two-wheel drive and it turns on a dime. It is a bit of a pain because you're doing it in reverse with the snowblower on the 3-point hitch. But it's at the end of the day, it's not that big a deal. It just makes it so that you get it done, and you get everything clean and done, and then you can just get the loader tractor out and put bales in, and you're done. It's not too bad. That's why I got this thing out. That's why I'm getting it prepped for the winter. So that way this year, you have two tractors going. It makes it a little easier. Worst comes to worst, you can throw a spear on here if something went wrong with the other one. It just kind of gives you options. This tractor didn't really run that much last year because I had the bucket on the loader. But that was what I didn't like, was I was continuously moving between the spear and the bucket, and it's less maneuverable than this tractor is. So you can't do the corners as well as you can. You can't do the corners as well in the Landini as you can with this. So that's what I'm planning. Next year I might use this for raking. We'll see how it goes, see how it runs. But one of the things that this thing is limited with for raking is, got these little tires. And my fields aren't exactly smooth, and they're narrow tires. So what I was told on this tractor is it was originally come from the marsh, Holland Marsh, which is like a high-yielding vegetable area near me, and they need row crop tires to go between the rows. So that's what this tractor did before we got it, and that makes it a little difficult when you hit a hole, because the tires drop right in, and it just it's not fun. It's bumpy. That's the moral of the story. It's bumpy. So that's why I haven't been too keen on raking with it too much, because the tractor, the Landini, is a lot smoother because it's got wider tires. But that's the plan anyway, is I'll do that this year if it runs well. I'm gonna try and attach a secondary battery so it has better cranking amps, because this thing doesn't like running in the winter. It's not, once it's started, it's fine. It's just getting to the starting point. Before I replace the battery, I charge that up, And there's a drain somewhere in here. I put a kill switch on it and it still frickin' drains somewhere in here. I put an alternator on this thing and it still drains somewhere in here. So I've got a new kill switch right here. I'll put on, and I'm going to put the secondary battery on it, and I'm hoping that'll help with the cranking amps. And you have to plug this thing in. It's an ether starter for sure. But once, as I said, once it's going, it's good. It just takes that time. So that's what I'm doing, guys. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe as always. And I'm going to get this thing going bush hogging again, and I'm going to get some scraping of our laneway. You guys saw last year I put some crusher run in, so it's really heavy on cars, or hard on cars. So I'm going to get that done and get that going, and then hopefully I can get some utility jobs done with this tractor, because that's really where this thing shines. So take care, guys. Keep farming, keep having fun. I'm going to try and get a mount so that I can bring you guys along while I'm doing things.